This lesson is on using pattern matching within SQL. There are some wildcard characters that we can use in a SQL statement to bring back patterns of information. Here I have the author table. And we've seen this before, various last names and what have you. Say I wanted all the last names that began with D. I can go here in the where clause and I say where last name. Now I don't say equals, I say the keyword like. You don't have to capitalize like, I just did it for dramatic effect. So I say like, and I'm going to put D there. Now, I can't just say D because that would only bring back authors that had the name of D and nothing else. I have to use a wildcard character. In this case, the wildcard character is a % sign. A % sign as a pattern matching character means find 0, 1, or many characters after the D. So it's going to find anything after the D. So essentially what this says is find things that begin with D, and who cares what comes after that? We don't care. Let's try to run this. Now, here I got Dull de France and Del Castillo. Because we're not dealing with a case-sensitive database, the lowercase d came back in the results. Now let's say I just don't want a D at the beginning, but I want a D anywhere in the last name. So I can put the % sign in front. So that says find me any amount of characters before D, including 0 characters, and any amount of characters after D. Let's see if this changes our results. And it does. We have another name there, McBatten. He's got 2 D's in there. We just need to find 1. As long as we find 1, we bring back the results. So that's the main character there. We can also do an ends with by taking this one out. If I take the D out and say I put an N there, and I say %N, that will be finding all of the last names that end in N. And there's several. Green, Carson spelled a different way, and McBatten. So that brings us back that value. Now say I want to find something in a particular character within a string, or within a column's value in this case. Maybe I want to find out where the second letter is A. Not just A anywhere, but it needs to be the second letter. So let's look at another wildcard character. And that's the underscore. The underscore says, look in this very first position, at least when you put it in the first position, it says, give me anything in that first position. I don't care what. The next value needs to be an A. After that, I don't care. It could be anything. So it's saying, ignore the first character, make sure the second character is an A, and anything after that is anything goes. Let's try this. So I've got back Carson, McFeather, Carson again, and Pentele. All have an A in the second character. If I needed to find it in the third character, I could add one more underscore in front of it. And we'll see if we have any in the third character. We do not. Let's try another character. Let's try an R. And I have several. Carson, Stringer, and Straight, and the other Carson. So they have an R in the third character. So this is the way you can use pattern matching. If I say equals here instead of like, if I forget that I need that, watch what happens. Nothing. Nobody has a last name that looks like that. That's why you have to use the keyword like to bring a pattern. Now, one thing that will work, even though it's not my favorite, let's see if I spelled that right. I could say like Carson, and it will bring back a match. I didn't use any pattern matching characters. That will behave the same way as an equals. And if we go into PHP My Admin, go do that a second because this is actually useful. And select the test database. I select the author table, and I use the search criteria. Notice that the default operator is like. So if I go back and I say Carson here, I will get it if it's Carson. However, if we go back again to the search and I say CAR, I get nothing, 0 rows, because I didn't put a wildcard character. If I say CAR %, then I get back Carson. Okay, so like will work for an equals if you've got an exact match only. That ends our lesson in pattern matching using a select statement.